Hello, everyone. So, this is your integration reading for last night's Blessing Moon Circle. And as always, these cards speak to the energy that's coming and any sort of lessons that energy is wanting to show us and teach us, and just some other things that Spirit wanted to bring up for the group. So, we will begin with the moon cards. And I loved the moon cards that had all come out because these cards really prove that the depth of healing we did around abundance blocks was very effective and it went pretty deep. It also means that you all manifested very well last night when we did the manifestation part in the circle. So this is all very exciting. I'm starting to sweat a lot right now, which means that Spirit's really eager to get all this message out right now to you. So the first two cards want to speak together, and those are the moon cards at the very top of the picture that I have emailed to the group. And these two cards say, believe in the impossible and have faith in your dreams. How wonderful. So these are the two cards that validate the depth of healing work that had happened and how powerfully you manifested last night. Now the next step is to take action. So make that to-do list, even starting with the small steps and adding the bigger steps in between so you're not too overwhelmed that you procrastinate. We don't want to do that. So start taking action, moving towards that goal. So do what you need to do or feel called to do. Trust your intuition because we did do downloads around strengthening your connection to your spirit team. So you have that confidence now that you can decipher all the signs that they send you and act on it. So as you are taking these action steps towards your dreams and goals, the universe will send you some tests. And don't worry, these tests are actually good. These tests or situations are trying to check in with you. It's your spirit team and the universe's way of saying, are you sure you really wanted that? So here's a situation here that we're going to put you in. And we want you to really feel this situation out to see, is this something you really want to pursue? So know that when you experience a block or a challenge, it could be Spirit's way of saying, do you really want this? Or we think that your manifestation could be bigger and better and more badass. So I like to leave it up to your intuition to tune in to what you're experiencing with a person or any sort of a situation and go, okay, this is sort of blocking me in some ways, or this is challenging me, and it's related to what I manifested. What is it trying to tell me? What is it teaching me? And try to find the lessons within it, because that way you could overcome that challenge or block. So do not skip that step. So I like to leave that up to each and every one of you to work it out with yourself and your spirit team on how to navigate through those tests. They're meant to be a good thing. They're meant to get you to check in with yourself to see if there's any adjustments that are needed to your dreams or goals so that it's more in alignment with who you are becoming. So it's all a good thing. So this all leads to the next set of cards, which speak all about the virtues and also the lessons that you're learning in the next 3 to 4 months. That's what I'm hearing. For some of you, it may be 2 months, so it varies. So don't be too stuck on the timeline. Just try to flow within divine timing of all these things that are coming up. So the first card that had popped out is going forward. So that's what you're learning, and that's what the first 3 cards were speaking about. So you're going to start to see your relationship between what you manifested and what's actually happening in reality. And those are the tests that are coming your way. And then when you experience those tests, you might need to go back up to the creator if you are comfortable doing that like we do in the circle. You might need to go back into that pyramid and go, okay, I need to make some adjustments there, because I'm seeing now how my life experiences reflect back to me what I do need or what I don't need. So you're going to start to understand how your soul works and how reality works and how your manifestation all plays into it. So this is all exciting, and you're going to learn how to go forward in that sort of a way. You're going to understand yourself so much better that you can actually plan better. So do more of a concrete, solid abundance planning for the future. So you're going to learn all about how to walk your path. And so there's a balance here, isn't there, of spirituality and practicality. The spiritual part is how to communicate with the universe, and the practical part is, well, what kind of changes do I need to make so that my soul continues to evolve? And I just sweated like crazy as I channeled that. So that was an important message. So as you're going forward, you're going to learn a lot about opportunity. That's the next card that had popped out. So I'm hearing that opportunities will be coming to you, or you will be creating opportunities for yourself. And that there's more of an emphasis on the latter. So look into how to create more opportunities for yourself, however opportunity looks like to you. So let's say one of your goals was to get a little bit more physically fit. Well, then make time in your schedule. So there's an opportunity for you there to be committed and really work on your physical health. And I'm looking at this other card that popped out, love. I feel like the love card popped out in the preparation reading. And I'm pausing here because I'm really trying hard to remember, but Spirit's shutting my left brain down and activating my right brain so I stay connected to them. But I'll let you guys go back and check. But I feel like the word love had come up in the prep reading. So it feels really good, this card, as I'm holding it. My heart chakra is just opening up in such a beautiful way, and it means many things. One is that you're feeling so much more open and connected to who you are and to the flow of the universe and your connection to the spirit world. This is going to make you feel more aligned and less resistant to anything like blocks or challenges or those tests that are going to come your way, because you know it's all happening for a good reason. So I do feel some level of excitement and happiness as I'm holding this card, and I'm smiling because it just feels really good. There's some really good stuff coming to all of you. The love card also refers to those who are partnered in the circle. So you are going to feel more this deeper connection to your significant other. Some space has opened up because I could feel it not just in the heart chakra, but I could feel it in the solar plexus. So there's a sense of confidence and stability that has grown in your relationship. I'm not sure, but I could feel it that quite a few of you have put out this manifestation of this very safe, secure, loving relationship. So if you did do that, then this love card affirms that you are making your way towards that. It's becoming better. And I'm just pausing because I feel like Spirit's wanting to say maybe one more thing here. Oh, they're just saying they send you their love. And you'll notice on the love card, the pink flower at the very bottom there, the petals are heart-shaped. And they're telling me to count the heart-shaped petals, and there are 5. So keep an eye out for 5 opportunities. Remember the previous card? Or 5 things that could happen in your relationship that would really help to expand your heart connection to each other more. Or perhaps it's talking about making a list of 5 things that you like to do together. For those of you who are solo, make a list of 5 things or 5 qualities that you will like in a partner. So do those homework. It's a fun homework to do, manifesting our future relationship. And the last and final message there in the love card from Spirit. Your Spirit team and your ancestors are saying they're just sending their love to you. Your ancestors in particular were so grateful that you were able to heal and close that door that was open in your DNA that were allowing negative people to come in and take advantage of you. That is now closed, it's done, and you've received an update to your DNA, and genes were replaced with healthier ones. So your ancestors are feeling this sense of relief that their descendants are moving forward now without repeating the family karmic pattern. So go out and celebrate that. Why not, right? So the next cards here are talking a little bit more of this inner spiritual journey that's coming. And I'm noticing that there's words and images that's repeated in this integration reading that were also in the preparation reading. So if you look at the next set of cards, there's a person there in the womb. In the preparation reading, I believe it was the security card that had that baby in the womb, also drawn in the same way. So cards that are from two completely different tarot decks have almost the same image on them. But this image of this human in the womb talks about something different. And it talks about the codes of the seeds. So codes, your soul purpose, the blueprint that was already within you when you came into this world, or when you were already in the womb. Those have been activated a little bit more thanks to all the release that we did. So again, this is really exciting because all those codes or your soul blueprint are now a little bit more active. So you may get more of an insight of what sort of action steps to take forward. I could feel a lot of the spiritual connection to the spirit world has deepened within each and every one of you. So you may be able to receive information a little quicker and faster from the universe. And because of that really deep inner spiritual work, it has somehow activated this sense of surrender and acceptance of what is happening. So when those tests come in from the universe, I feel like a lot of you are just going to glide through it. I see a person skating across an ice rink easily. So that's what it feels like. You're just going to glide right through it. No problem. So that's very exciting. So the message here on the codes of the seeds, the blueprint is within you. Take the next step. Take that action. You know what you need to do. The next card, come to me. Attracting like a rose, receive abundance desires. This is the third card in this tarot card spread that again refers to the depth of manifesting work that you were able to do last night. So be in the state of receiving it now. And the Creator is also wanting to just teach a little bit here about abundance. So your mindset or your understanding of abundance can change a little bit. So in regards to those tests that are coming, and the Creator is using the word test because it might feel like you're being tested, and in some ways you are, but sometimes tests that word doesn't feel too good because it feels like you have to work for it. It feels like school, but Earth is a spirit school for us, or a school for our soul to grow. But anyways, this is the Creator's way of saying, look at those series of tests as abundance. It's an abundance of lessons coming your way, which means an abundance of wisdom, knowledge, insight that's coming in also. And that's going to create massive growth for you, which then will fuel the code of seeds that are within you, the soul blueprint. So know that those tests are actually activating, opening up your soul blueprint a little more each time. And again, the Creator wants to repeat the message here that you will glide through those tests or those moments of learning. I think that's better, isn't it? Learning moments or Spirit's teaching moments to you instead of tests. So however you want to word it, I like to leave it up to you. But those learning moments are going to make you so much more activated and connected to yourself and just fueled with beautiful spiritual energy. And when that happens, when your actions are so in alignment what's being sent to you by the universe, and you're just flowing with it, surrendering and accepting it, more beautiful things will come. So I keep hearing the main thing here to remember is to flow with it. When we resist with anger or any other emotions like procrastination, that's an action. So if you procrastinate, you're resisting. So try to flow with it. And to flow with it, you'll just need to surrender and accept that, okay, so this is what's happening now. Interesting. How can I have fun with this? And try to change your mindset about what's happening. The final card is We Are Nature. So becoming grounded, embodiment, living in connection. So this is another card that affirms that you are becoming so much more connected and aligned to the universe, to yourself, and to spirit. Make sure you do ground yourself quite a bit. Remember that your crown chakras have opened up and were healed and activated in various levels, because each and every one of you are unique and different. So it happened in appropriate ways for each and every one of you, and I saw it. I witnessed the healing for you. If you witness the healing for yourself by seeing or feeling your crown chakra shifting, that's great. An extra set of third eyes witnessing the healing is great. It allows the healing to go deep. At least that's how I feel. So with all that crown chakra opening, you're really going to need to ground yourself. And all of a sudden I felt dizzy. So if you're feeling dizzy, make sure that you ground yourself by eating those root vegetables. Remember, root vegetables grow in the ground all their lives. So they are 100% filled with earth energy. So it's great to just eat them. Other ways to ground is walking in nature. Do that. So however you want to ground your energy to balance the upper chakra that's settling in. And I'm also hearing not only is some of your crown chakra settling into its new state, but some of your crown chakras are still opening up a little bit. So if you feel dizzy, make sure you stop what you're doing. Eat. Eating is a great way to ground your energy. And just be still. I think one of the self-care cards talk about being still, which is really funny. So we'll get to those at the end of these messages here. So the word embodiment is really standing out here. So you're going to learn to embody that energy of universal flow. And when we embody that energy, we're going to start to have this glow within us. So some of you might find that you're growing younger. That's always a wonderful side effect of spiritual healing. We look younger because the life force energy is flowing through you so much more efficiently, because all those blocks within your body, they've been released. So that's why you may find people who practice Reiki or other healing modalities, they tend to have this glow and they look younger than they are. So how wonderful. I just heard someone's ancestor joke and say, oh, wonderful, you all have eternal youth. And someone's spirit guide just came in and joked and said, yeah, don't buy those skincare products. Just, work with us, your spirit guides, and, we will be your fountain of youth. So keep glowing. You're going to have a glow up, whatever that new age term is out there on the internet right now. So the next set of cards are from the beautiful Rose spirit. I always have to bring in Rose, or Rose always wants to come in, because I work very closely with her. So funny enough, your ancestors were coming in and joking. And the first card from the Rose Oracle deck is the Ancestor. Some of you will start to see a glimpse of what pain your ancestors went through, the trauma, and how it's playing out differently in your life right now. And that could also be a test, another form of that test or learning moment that Spirit is going to bring to you. And they're going to do this so that you could acknowledge it. And when you acknowledge something or stop a negative behavior in its tracks, you're actually creating more of a distance between you and that negative behavior, but also the negative belief that's fueling that behavior to continue. So do be aware of any sort of insight that may come in. All of a sudden you might go, oh, now I know why my mom acted like that, or why she raised me like that. So allow those insights to come in. And I feel like quite a lot of those will come in particular because we did that additional healing around connecting with your spirit guides a little deeper. The next card is the Knight. So get ready for battle, but in a good way. So you're going to need to pull up a lot of bravery and courage to really go through that to-do list, to take that action, right? It's really important to do that, to go forward, and to also achieve that dream or goal. You can't just sit on your butt and hope that things will happen. I wish life was that easy. But then this earth wouldn't be a school for the soul, right? So do take those action steps. It's not about going into battle or it will feel like a war. It's not about that. This is not what the card is saying. But for you, if it works and if it's your personality or your soul blueprint to approach it this way, because I feel like in previous reincarnations, I would say 5 or 6 of you were either a knight or some sort of a warrior. So you might need to call in that part of that past life, that warrior in you, and go, okay, what's my strategy to win this? But try to avoid making it like a war. It's something that you have to fight against because that lifetime is now over. So try not to create a strategy or an abundance plan where it feels like there's fighting energy in it. If you feel that your strategy or abundance planning has an element or energy of fighting or resistance, try to pull back and see what's going on. So a form of fighting or resistance might come as, oh, I want to prove so-and-so wrong. I'm going to prove to them by achieving that dream or goal. So it could come in that form. So do that reality check with yourself. And again, that's a form of test, right? All these examples of various teaching moments that Spirit's going to send you. So pay attention to your emotions also and how you approach the energy that you put in to planning your future. I love this last card from the Rose Oracle card, the Gardener. Did we not be the gardener in the circle? We went into our inner garden, checked in with how the sections of it are doing. So you might also need to go back on your own, if you feel comfortable doing so, into that inner garden of yours. Maybe you need to check in that section in your garden labeled relationship or self-worth. Oh, I'm hearing self-worth. Yeah, some of you have a section called self-worth in your beautiful inner garden. So check in, see if it needs any tending or any love, because it's always good to go back and see what else can we give to our inner garden. What needs to be taken out? Are there any weeds that need to be taken out? If so, what do the weeds represent? Are they toxic people or maybe opportunities that should be closed because it's draining your psychic energy and preventing better opportunities from coming in, which is more aligned with your soul? So do that, check in with yourself. That's what the Gardener card is talking about. And some of you may actually need to garden, I'm hearing the Creator say. And I love gardening. The smell of the soil is wonderful. It's very healing. And also seeing things grow really is, I would say, rewarding, spiritually rewarding. And there's a deeper connection that's created between yourself and the earth. And you're really going to learn about abundance and how to flow with the seasons and how each season could give you abundance in its own unique way. So try to look at your garden of its own unique season. So let's say, take your career. What would the seasons look like? So spring will be about maybe weeding and planting seeds. What would the summer stage looks like for you? And that's where you're just reaping, what you sowed. What about the fall, when things need to quiet down and the soil needs to rest, but it's also harvest time? And then the winter time is when the garden needs to really fully rest and sleep so it could recharge itself. So it could again repeat that cycle when spring season starts. So try to see aspects of your life according to seasons also. This is quite the homework that the Creator's giving everyone. But you are all returning participants. So the Creator knows this, I know this, so that's why they're giving you this very detailed approach to assessing where you are and how to plan ahead. So with all these beautiful abundance planning happening, what are the signs from Spirit that's going to come through? So these are from my coffee oracle deck. And yes, of course, I need to buy a card that has the word coffee in it, because coffee is my favorite spirit plant medicine. So the first card that had come out is crown. So you may see a symbol of a crown, either as a tattoo or it may appear on a business card. So keep an eye out for it, how a crown may appear for you. Even it could be a stamp on the card. So success and pride is the message. So when you see the crown or symbol of it, check into your own success. How far have you come so far? And looking into the future, what kind of success do you want to bring in? And pride could be both healthy and unhealthy. So as you're succeeding, it's okay to have a healthy level of pride, but don't have too much pride that it actually diminishes your success, or actually, I'm hearing the word exterminate your success. So a balance is important. We did do some downloads around balance last night, balancing two energies. So I'm just tuning in to the Creator here. The Creator is just reminding everyone the last thing we downloaded, or what we did in the circle, and that's about all the abundance that we manifested. And the final part that the Creator asked each and every one of you was, how do you want to share that? With that abundance you created, how are you going to share it so that it leaves a healthy spiritual footprint in this world, which will be your legacy? So when we think about how we want to offer what we built up to the community or to others, we start to have a much more healthier sense of pride, because then we're not too stuck on success of, oh, look at me, I'm successful. But instead you're in this school of thought of, I'm successful and I have a healthy sense of pride and happy of what I accomplished. So how can I give more, or give some to others, so I could continue this success, and I could continue this beautiful flow of where I'm abundant, and I could flow whatever that's overflowing out of my own cup to others. So note how success and pride plays out within your life, and the tests that are coming your way regarding these two things. I'm hearing something here from the Creator, and this might be a little bit triggering for some of you to hear. So here you go, here's a test. Get ready. So the Creator is saying, where in your life in the past where you had too much pride that it damaged a relationship, or it pushed away an opportunity, or it did something the complete opposite that you're hoping for? And look into the lessons there that you learned from that past experience. So the next card is dog. And so if you see a dog, either an actual dog or perhaps a child is carrying a stuffed toy dog, know that loyalty and determination is coming towards you, more of that. So this is all that they want to say in regards to that card. And that's also, oh, okay, thank you. If some of you do see a dog, it also means that a test is coming to test your loyalty or determination to your dream or goal. So again, a test of, you sure you really want that? Because we're just going to check in with you in a few days. So for some of you, if you see a dog, it could be a sign that, okay, a test is coming up, time to get ready. Bring it on. And that's the way of, surrendering and accepting, right? Okay, it's coming. Bring it on. So the final coffee card here. Another sign some of you may see is a gazelle. It doesn't have to be a gazelle. It could be a deer. So be open to how this animal could change a little bit for you. That's appropriate to the country that you live in. So for those of you who are here in Canada or in the States, you may see a deer out while you're hiking. So the gazelle or the deer talks about change and purity. So if you see a deer, know that there's a change, a shift coming. And usually changes or shifts happen when you've learned a lesson and a space has opened up so opportunities could come in. And those opportunities are actually a positive change. Purity speaks about more of that inner cleansing work that's going to happen. So remember that question, that test from the Creator of asking yourself, where did you have too much pride that actually damaged the relationship, or maybe you were too overly confident that it pushed away something, it had the opposite effect. So when you acknowledge those moments or any similar moments and see the lessons in them, you're actually purifying yourself. You're cleansing those old energies out, releasing yourself from the guilt and shame or any embarrassment from those moments. I know some of you are healers, so you may just automatically release cords and hooks between yourself and others. So know that you are also purifying your own energy through this work and being very aware of your inner emotions and what's happening externally. The final cards here are self-care. So the first card that had popped out is Dream Journal. So it doesn't have to be a dream journal. It could be a piece of paper where you plan out that strategy. That's for the warriors in a circle. So it could be like a roadmap. This is how it's going to look like at this time or around this month. For those of you, it could be a dream journal where you doodle. So perhaps it's more of a drawing of what you will like your future to be and how you will like it to flow. So however you want to map out or write out your future, I like to leave it up to each and every one of you. Some advice here during this time, deep breathing. So make sure you do breathe deeply. As I mentioned in the circle, there are some things that were stuck in the lungs. You were all holding some stuff there. So some of that was released. I'm hearing the Creator say some of you may need to actually set a timer on your phone. Not a timer, sorry, a reminder on your phone to take a deep breath, because a lot of you are so focused at the task at hand that you don't realize you're actually bending over or becoming hunched over. So make sure you do have reminders to take deep breaths or breaks where you could just go outside for a walk for even 2 to 5 minutes and take those deep breaths in and out. There's a reason why in my circles the Creator always likes to say, take deep breaths in and out. It's very important. And some of you may find that you're actually taking deeper breaths in because so much has been released in the lungs. So now you could take in the breath of life even more. So when we're able to breathe deeply, we're able to think clearly. So more clarity and focus could come through for a lot of you. So here's that card, Be Still. some of you will need to be still and be quiet just to allow that insight from Spirit to come in. I'm hearing from some of your spirit guides that some of you are still trying to force a meaning on a sign, or trying to force meaning or force some sort of an understanding on a symbol or something that Spirit sends you. So when you are drawn to something like a sign from Spirit, try to feel it out without going into your mind first. The other cards here talk about connecting with crystals and sound healing. And these two cards want to speak together because it may be beneficial for some of you to hold a crystal in your hand and have a healing sound, some sort of a healing frequency being played on the speakers. And I find that crystals really love healing frequencies and sounds. So however you want to combine crystals and music together, I like to leave that up to you. For those of you who are using plant medicines, medicines love healing sounds. And even when you're on plant medicines and you play healing frequencies, those healing frequencies actually activate the medicine within your body, and you may actually hear Spirit a little bit more. So be very cautious of what plant you're on, whether psychedelic or non-psychedelic, and how the music affects the medicine that's running through your veins. So if you're going to do that, make sure you're at home and you have nothing planned for the rest of the day. This is so you could integrate from the activation that's happening within your physical body. So that is all that they want to share, and I wish you all a beautiful, beautiful week.